It was a routine flight. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777, took off from Kuala Lumpur, its destination, Beijing. On board were 227 passengers and 12 crew members, families excited for vacations, businessmen heading to meetings. An ordinary night, March 8th, 2014. Then, silence. At 1:19 a.m., MH370 vanished from radar screens. No distress calls, no mayday. Just an empty space where a plane carrying 239 souls should have been. The world watched, waited, and hoped. But MH370 never landed in Beijing. It seemingly disappeared into thin air, becoming one of aviation's most baffling mysteries. The disappearance of MH370 is a story of unanswered questions. It's a story of cutting-edge technology failing to find a massive airliner. Most importantly, it's a story of the families left behind, forever haunted by the unknown fate of their loved ones. This is the story of MH370. 12:41 a.m. MH370 departs Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Everything seems normal. The weather is clear, the flight plan is routine. 1:09 a.m. The final verbal communication from the cockpit. "Good night, Malaysian 370, the pilot says. These words are the last known transmission from MH370, 1:19 a.m. Malaysian military radar picks up MH370 deviating from its planned flight path. The plane turns west, crossing the Malay Peninsula. It flies on, silent and unseen, heading towards the vast Indian Ocean. 1:21 a.m. MH370's transponder, which transmits its location, goes offline. The plane disappears from civilian radar. Was it intentional or a malfunction? The mystery deepens. The hours that followed were a blur of confusion and growing dread. Air traffic controllers searched frantically for the missing plane. No sign of wreckage, no distress signals. The world held its breath, hoping for a miracle that never came. The disappearance of MH370 spawned countless theories, each more perplexing than the last. With no wreckage, no black box, and no definitive answers, speculation ran rampant. Experts and armchair detectives alike grappled with the impossible, trying to make sense of the unimaginable. Was it a hijacking, a sudden catastrophic mechanical failure, or something more sinister, a deliberate act by someone on board? The theories swirled like the currents of the ocean where MH370 is believed to have vanished.
Some pointed to the plane's sudden change in course. A hijacking, they argued, was the only logical explanation. Others focused on the lack of communication. A catastrophic event, they said, could have disabled the crew and prevented them from sending a distress call. Each theory had its proponents, each with their own interpretation of the limited evidence. But without the plane's wreckage, the truth remained elusive, lost in a sea of speculation.
One of the most persistent theories centered around a possible mechanical failure. Could a catastrophic event have brought down the mighty Boeing 777? Experts analyzed every detail of the plane's design and maintenance records. Some speculated about a rapid decompression, disabling the crew and leaving the plane to fly on autopilot until it ran out of fuel. Others pointed to the possibility of an electrical fire, crippling the plane's communication systems.
However, the lack of a distress call and the deliberate nature of the plane's course change cast doubt on the mechanical failure theory. It seemed unlikely that a catastrophic event would have unfolded without any warning or attempt by the crew to alert air traffic control. The possibility of human error also loomed large. Did the pilots make a fatal mistake? Was there a struggle in the cockpit? The lack of evidence only fueled the speculation, leaving investigators with more questions than answers.
Section 5. The pilot in the cockpit, scrutinizing the man at the helm. The role of the pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, came under intense scrutiny. Was he responsible for deliberately flying MH370 off course?
Investigators delved into his background and his flying history. They scoured his home flight simulator for clues. Some reports suggested he practiced routes similar to MH370's path,
Despite the scrutiny, no conclusive evidence emerged. His family and friends maintained his innocence. The mystery of MH370 remained, with endless debate and speculation. The answers, like the plane itself, remained lost at sea. Section 6. A needle in a haystack. The search for MH370 was unprecedented in its scale and complexity. The search zone in the remote southern Indian Ocean spanned millions of square kilometers. It was like looking for a needle in a haystack, a daunting task that tested the limits of technology and human endurance.
Countries from around the world joined forces, contributing ships, aircraft, and expertise. They scoured the ocean's surface, looking for any sign of debris. They deployed sophisticated underwater vehicles, hoping to locate the plane's wreckage on the seabed. The search continued for years, driven by a desperate hope of finding answers and bringing closure to the families of those lost.
But the vastness of the ocean, the unforgiving weather conditions, and the lack of a precise crash site made the task incredibly challenging. Section 7. Sonar, satellites, and submersibles technology joins the hunt. The search for MH370 showcased the capabilities of cutting-edge technology. Satellites were used to analyze faint signals from the plane, trying to determine its final resting place.
Sophisticated sonar equipment scanned the ocean floor, mapping the underwater terrain in search of wreckage. Autonomous underwater vehicles, or AUVs, were deployed to explore the depths, equipped with cameras and sensors to identify potential targets.
These robotic explorers could operate for hours at a time, sending back valuable data to the surface. Despite the technological prowess brought to bear, the search remained a race against time and the elements. The ocean depths held their secrets closely, and the wreckage of MH370 proved elusive, testing the limits of even the most advanced technology. Section 8. Fragments of Hope, the debris that offers clues. Years after MH370 vanished, pieces of debris began washing ashore on the coasts of Africa and islands in the Indian Ocean. These fragments, confirmed to be from the missing plane, offered tantalizing clues but no definitive answers.
Forensic analysis of the debris provided insights into the plane's final moments. The condition of the pieces suggested a high-speed impact with the water, supporting the theory that the plane had run out of fuel and crashed. However, the debris also raised more questions. Why were there so few pieces? Why were they scattered over such a wide area?
The fragments offered a glimmer of hope, but they also served as a stark reminder of the vastness of the search area and the challenges of finding the plane's main wreckage. Section 9. The unanswered questions. Why MH370 remains a mystery. Despite years of investigation and an unprecedented international search effort, the disappearance of MH370 remains one of aviation's most enduring mysteries. The lack of a definitive crash site, the absence of the plane's black boxes, and the many unanswered questions continue to baffle investigators and fuel speculation. Did the plane suffer a catastrophic mechanical failure? Was it a deliberate act by the pilot, or was it something else entirely, a scenario yet to be imagined? Without the plane's wreckage and the data it holds, the truth may never be known. The mystery of MH370 serves as a chilling reminder of the power of the unknown and the limits of human understanding. It's a story that continues to captivate and haunt us, a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the human need to find answers. Section 10. The Legacy of MH370, Aviation Safety and a Grieving World. The disappearance of MH370 sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, prompting a reassessment of safety procedures and technologies. New tracking systems were implemented, requiring planes to transmit their location more frequently. The search for MH370 highlighted the need for improved black box technology.
Beyond technology, the legacy of MH370 is felt in the hearts of those left behind. The families of the 239 people on board continue to grieve. their loss made even more painful by the lack of closure.
The story of MH370 is a story of loss, mystery, and the search for answers.